Well, hi there, St. Luke's. I'm glad to be back with you for this midweek message, technically, but it's actually seemingly a very late week message. I apologize. But I am about to show you a video that I shot yesterday, which I can barely remember recording because we had been traveling for about, or at least have been up for about 36 hours at the time, it seemed. And I was not going to send it in until I was alerted to the fact that I have been asked to be part of the diocesan news reporting, which you'll hear from Kigali. So I decided to go ahead and take today as a trial run of a little bit of a snippet of Bruges, so you could see a little bit of what we're going on about here with Reverend Nick Lannon and Liza and some friends of ours exploring Bruges, but also just get the hang of some sort of snippets and vignettes and the videoing and all the various things that go on, and hopefully sending you some cutting edge reporting, just really hard hitting cutting edge reporting from Kigali. So anyway, God bless. Listen and watch what's coming up, and I look forward to seeing you all on Monday from Rwanda. Take care and God bless. All right. Well, hello there, St. Luke's. It's great to be back with you all for this midweek message. We have made it. We have arrived in Belgium. We got in early this morning our time, and then we actually were able to go see the Ghent altarpiece in Ghent, which was magnificent and beautiful. And now we are here in Bruges. We're meeting up with Brian Holland, who some of y'all remember from the new dean of Trinity School for Ministry, and his wife are here. Nick Lannon, another one of our Lenten speakers, is traveling with us, and we are all preparing to head on down to GAFCON in Kigali. So there's a lot more that could be said. But we are, suffice it to say, a little bit fighting the jet lag, and are looking forward to staying up just as long as we can, so that hopefully we'll get back in sync just as soon as possible here. But just a few announcements for you. First of all, we are welcoming the Reverend Dr. John Schuler is going to be with us these next 2 Sundays in my absence, and so please come out. He's going to be doing an 8 o'clock, the Rector's Forum, and the normal 10 o'clock service. So he's ready for that. He's an old pro, and he's a wonderful preacher, teacher, mentor, and friend. And so I look forward to hearing a good report from him from his time with you all. Also, the various women's group. The women's ministry is having a luncheon. We're welcoming Meredith Kranz is going to be the speaker. The BMOC upcoming meeting is Dr. Levi Hinkle, who is the worship leader up at Christ Church Mount Pleasant, and he is going to be speaking about worship in the church, men and worship in the church. And so that should be exciting and edifying for us all. And really, there's not a whole lot more going on except for the fact that we are now entering into post-Easter sort of normal church life, and we look forward to that. There's some things that we can look forward to in the spring and summer. But most importantly, I want you to just be praying for this meeting next week in Rwanda, and I've been tasked by the bishop to give a little 3 to 5 minute daily briefing. Not a hard hitting analysis, but a little bit of sort of insight into what's going on. So stay tuned. So I'm going to committed to that, and I'm going to get you all connected to what's going on here at down in Kigali. But at any rate, this has been a long day for me, but it's been a grateful one, a joyful one. I'm grateful for safe travels and thankful for all your prayers. We are excited about what the Lord has done this past sort of 9 months here at St. Luke's, and we're looking forward to many more years to come serving you all, with you all, together in the Lord's vineyard there at Hilton Head. So next week's weekend review, midweek review, will be much more well rested, so it'll be a little bit longer. But at any rate, we are grateful for you all. and we'll continue to keep you all in prayer as I hope you will us. So until we get our first GAFCON update, I will, we'll see you then Monday for the first GAFCON update from your man in Rwanda. So anyway, all right, y'all, take care and God bless. Bye. All right, everyone, we're just saying hello. This is the Reverend Nick Lannon and, of course, my lovely wife, Liza. And we are starting off our day in Bruges. There's the bell tower. We're about to go walk up. There's a bus that's almost killed us like 5 times because it goes 45 miles an hour. And this is our lovely hotel. All right, this is the first day on our little trip to Bruges. So here we are in the, what is this? Hold on, Market Square in Bruges. And we're about to go look at some of these buildings. But I wanted to show you this bell tower. This is about the size of the Carillon. I think we should consider building in front of St. Luke's. But we're gonna go up to the top and look out. So I'll give you a view from there. But this is quite the spectacle, or quite the spectacular situation here. And then of course, we're gonna go check out the games of skill a little bit later. Just never want to pass up an opportunity to throw some darts at the balloons. All right, check in a little bit later. All right, so we made it to what is this one called? St. Jacob's Church. It's closed. It does have services on Saturdays and Sundays. And it's quite something just to walk around this old medieval town and just kind of see what life would have been like. Quite something. Here we are in Church of Our Lady. It's quite beautiful. The reason we went into this church is because they have a Michelangelo statue. Jesus and Mary. Quite something. I was remarking back when we had churches in the cities, it's as if they thought the most important thing in the entire world was their worship of God. Let me get a slightly closer look. They say this is the only one of his, or I guess it's a fact that it's the only one of his sculptures that left Italy during his lifetime. And I thought since we have such wonderful chalices here at St. Luke's, you might be interested in some other glorious examples. I found this. You probably all know this already, but in all these old medieval churches, they have these side chapels because according to medieval theology, the priest could celebrate the Eucharist by himself, and it would be somewhat efficacious for the soul for whom he was praying. So these old medieval cathedrals and giant churches that were endowed by patrons, the patrons would also find it very interesting and useful to have someone praying for them, even and maybe particularly after they died. And so you have these chapels set up all over these giant churches. When we were in Vienna, we were actually there when the final mass was said for the late Emperor Franz Joseph. So that was in 2010, which was obviously many decades after his death. I just thought you should see this pulpit. That would be quite the tremulous steps you would be mounting to such a grand pulpit. It's quite something. I didn't video it yet. Here we are on a river cruise. Well, I guess it's not really a cruise, maybe just a little trick. This is the oldest brewery in Bruges. Interestingly enough, because it was so difficult to get the trucks in and out of the inner city, they built a pipeline, a beer pipeline, 3.5 kilometers long, out to the suburbs so that they could pipe the beer. It's the Beer Stream 2 pipeline. Wild. This is the lowest bridge in Bruges that we go under. Oh man. Yeah, we just made it. This is the back side of the hospital, 12th century hospital. It's underneath, it's under renovation at the moment. But I guess the cafeteria isn't, or the restaurant. It's the back side. Amazing, right there.
On your left is the St. Jan's Hospital. The oldest parts of the building date from the 12th century.
All right, here we are halfway up the bell tower. There's Liza. And there's Nick. This is called the Great Bell. I wonder why they call it that. It's like the size of a small house. So here's the Carolyn plane station, I think, where Nina would sit. Pretty sure. I don't know, Nina. You should. Oh, there it is. Right there. All right, we made it to the top. I'm not getting you in it. Don't worry. I got Nick in it.
Really?
There's the giant bell. This bell tower is older than the Eiffel Tower and Big Ben. It's pretty cool. There's Bruges. Tower. This might be a little ambitious, this bell tower, for our small church. Or smaller church. But, you know, one can dream. Apparently they have Carolyn concerts here all summer long, which would be beautiful. Wake up the entire city, so we can dream. That's Bruges, and these parts of Bruges. Now on to Kigali.